Good day, everyone. Welcome back to today's lecture. Today we'll be taking general computing. That we are still in Excel. I want to believe that you are following this lecture day by day. I want to let you know that if you are following this thing, after this our training, I expect you to be an intermediate person or even expert in whatever we are teaching you. So I want you to take your time, study this thing, watch everything that we are telling you so that you not find it difficult in understanding any further steps. This training is powered by No Big Deal, presenting by Rahim. Today we are going to do two projects under what we have learned before. In the previous class, we learned the functions and type formatting in Excel. So today we are going to do two projects under it. That is under the function. Then we call it a day. The first project we are going to do is very simple, and it is under what we call mixed formula in Excel. We have three types of formula in Excel. We have relative, we have absolute, and we have mixed formula. So we are going to talk about the example of the mixed formula because we have been talking about the relative formula before. The relative formula is just by calling the cell function directly without adding $sign. Just like the way we did our addition and subtraction and some other function that we did last class. But we have not talked about absolute and we have not talked about mixed formula. So today we are going to talk about the mixed formula by using example. So this kind of example is going to be a kind of project that we normally do after our function. So this project is calculator. How do we build a calculator using Excel? How do we build a calculator using Excel? Then the second one is how do we calculate the grades of students using Excel? So we are starting with the first one, which is the calculator. Now I want you to follow this thing step by step so that you can understand all the process. So the first thing we are going to do here is to leave the first cell. What is the first cell here? The first cell here is A1. So if you are referencing the first cell, it should be under A in front of 1. That is A1. We'll leave this particular cell. We will not write anything there. We'll go to the second cell. So in the second cell, you type 1 because mostly multiplication table starts with 1. So instead of me now to be going to the another cell and write 2, 3, 4, it will be taking too much time. So there's something we call iteration. We iterate this particular number to provide more numbers. So I will come below that box. When you overthrow the box, that's the cell, you see one dot sign. So you overthrow that dot sign, it will be showing plus. So you click on that dot sign, then you start iterating it. This is the way we iterate. You keep on moving till when you reach some levels. So, but I don't want to make it too much number. So I will just stop to around G. So you see it's iterating, it's becoming 1111 everything, but I don't want it to be 1111. I want it to be iterating, like to display from 1 to 12. So immediately you drop that iterating, this box will come out. It's showing autofill option. So you click on the drop down button beside the autofill function, then you now say fill series. If you say copy cell, that means the number will keep on repeating the same number, but when you say fill series, it will now iterate. So you see it, we are having 6. So I will continue now to iterate it. Since I've already seen the number that I'm iterating, I will continue till I reach 12. So this is how we iterate numbers in Excel. So I've iterated the numbers in horizontal way. Now I want to iterate in vertical way because I want to have a kind of, when I say 1 times 1, it should give me 1. Then this first cell again, that is A1 cell, I will not write anything again. I will go to A2 cell. I will write 1. Then I will drag it down also, that is iterate it down also. So let me stop at number 13. Then you see it's repeating 111 also. Then you click on that box that is showing immediately after you drop your iterating. You click on it, then you say fill series. So we have 1 from this side, we have 1 from this side. So now I want you to be this times this to give me the answer under the B2. So how do we do this? We are going to use a mixed formula. A mixed formula, we don't just call the name of the cell, we call it with the $sign. So how do we do this? I will start by writing my equal to. In remembrance, I told us that anything we are doing, we are going to put equal sign first. So I put equal sign, then I write my, or before I write my $sign, let me click on the first cell that I want to multiply, which is this, B1. Now, I will now put multiplication because the function of this project is to multiply. I'll put multiplication sign, which is asterisk. Then in the asterisk, I will now multiply by the other value, which is A2. I'm just clicking it and the cell reference, the cell is now displaying. So now I cannot leave it like this. I cannot just say equal to B1 times A2. It will not give me what I want. So I have to add $sign. Adding $sign in the front of your B. Now we have first one, B1. I'll first add $sign in the front of my B. Then after my multiplication, I have A2. In the middle of A2, I will have another $sign. This is what make it a mixed formula. So the formula is going to look like equal to $B1 multiplied by $2. So this is the formula we are going to use to get our multiplication table done. So after you are done with the writing, you click on enter. So it's giving us 1. So definitely we have gotten 1 times 1, 1. Now the next thing we want to get is that we want to say 1 times 1, 1, 1 times 2, 2, 1 times 3, 3, 2 times 1, 2, 2 times 2, 4. So something like that. 3 times 1, 3. So I want to get those values. Instead of me now to continue writing this formula always, what I will just need to do, I will click on the first answer that I got. Then I will iterate to the where I stopped. Oh, definitely this thing is not correct. It's not correct. It's supposed to give me direct my answer. So what is the issue? I want to say we started from B1. Let's start from Let's start from this one. Instead of writing B1 first, let's start with is it B1? Yes, it's B1, A2. Let's start from A2 this time around. Just say equal to A2 multiply by B1. Let's interchange it because we need immediately we iterate, it's supposed to display others answer. So I will put my dollar sign in the front of A. Then I will put my dollar sign in the middle of B. So this is how the formula is going to look like. Now, then what is next? I will iterate it to where I stopped. So this is how it's supposed to look like. I don't need to be doing all the function every time. So the formula that we're going to use now that will work for this one is equal to $A2 multiplied by $1. So it will give us this when we iterate it. Then the next thing you need to do, you don't need to start iterating this one after the other again. You just drag this one down. So you see, it's giving us a complete multiplication table. Wow, just like that. So you can even do a multiplication table of all the 12 multiplication table in less than 1 minute in Excel. So this is fine. Then the next thing we are going to do here is calculating the grades of students. How do we calculate the grades of students? Just for example, you have already gotten the total score of each student. Let's say total score of each student. That is total score. Maybe you have gotten a total score for one person now. You want to use this one person to calculate the grade. Then we have the grade. So maybe let me create a column for subject. So maybe in the subject, maths, the person scored 40. We want to know the grade. In English, we want to know the grade of this 60. In biology, maybe the person scored 65. In physics, the person scored 34. In chemistry, the person scored 80. In which other subject? I want to have it like 9. Economics, I have like 65. Then geography, that's geo, I want to have like 76, just a random score. Then which other subjects? Computer, CPS, they have like 65. Then the ninth one, having IRS, is having 43. So let's example, you are given this kind of subject and score to calculate as an examiner that want to calculate the grade for this particular person. Maybe this is the WAEC result of this person, and you are asked to calculate the grade. Are you going to be looking at, okay, 40 should be around P, like that? No, we just need to use a system to calculate it once and we get it. But before you can calculate something like this, they might have given you what we called marking scheme. In the marking scheme, that is what you will use to get the grade. Maybe they have given you maybe zero, anybody that scored between 0 to 39, it should give you F9. Anybody that's scored 40 to 45, just trying to give ourselves marking scheme. 40 to 45, maybe the person has achieved E8. Then 46 to 50, maybe the person have P. 51 to 55, maybe the person have P. After P, let's say 66. Then 56 to 60, let's say the person have C4. Then 61 to 65, let's say the person have, this one is C4, let's say the person have B3. Then 66 to 70, let's say the person have B2. Then 71 to 100, let's say the person have A1. So this is the marking scheme they give you, that they told you that this is what we determine the grade of the person. So instead of me now to start looking for 40, where the 40 fall in, it fall in E8, and I will input E8. I'll start looking for E8. So it doesn't make sense like that. It's still a manual system, and you can make mistake. So instead of us using a manual system, we are going to use Excel function. And the Excel function we are going to use is called if statement. That is, if the student score is less than or is in between 0 to 39, it should give me F9. That is how we can just say it. If it is in between 40 to 45, it should give me E8. So we want to do it now. Just follow it one after the other. Put the formula on your head, then you practice it, then you get familiar to it. It's just once you write your formula, the rest you don't need to write formula for it. So I'm writing the formula now for mass. That is mass that I'm going to use. So I will put my first thing first, which is equal to, if you open bracket, because any function that you are creating must be inside bracket. If, what is the cell referencing of this score? It is B2. You now say if B2 is less than, if it is less than 40 to give me between 0 to 39. If it is less than 40 to be 0 to 39, I will put comma. I will continue again by saying if, I will put my open bracket and close again. I will call the cell referencing. I will be using only one cell referencing. I don't need to be using B4, B5. That is, I will maintain B2. If B2 is less than, now I will go to the second marking scheme, which is E8. Then if it is less than 46, it will give me around 45 to 40. And 45 to 40 is E8. So if it is less than 46, I want it to give E8. We have made mistake here. If B2 is less than 40, what do we want us to give? I want us to give F9. That is the first thing there. Then here we put comma, now write if this. Okay, so we are done with 2, remain 7. So we'll continue. If you put your bracket and close immediately, inside the open bracket you now say if this, that is b2, if it's less than what now, we are in this place. So if it's less than 50 now, it will give us this place. So if it's less than 50, so if it's less than 51, it will give us p. It will give us p. You continue again, you put your comma. If the cell referencing, which is b2, the cell referencing b2 is less than, if it's less than what now, we have gotten p, we want to get 66, so it will be less than 56 this time around. If it's less than 56, what do we want to get? Oh, mistake. Let's continue. If b2 is less than 56, I want to get what? If it's less than 56, I want to get c6. Now continue again. If, open bracket, close, if b2 is less than, this time around we are going for 61. If it's less than 61, what do we want to get? I want to get c4. To continue, if b2 is less than, we have gotten 61, we are going for 66. If it's less than 66, what do we get? We get b3. We continue again. If, open bracket and close, if b2 is less than we have gotten our b3, now we want to get b2. That means if it's less than 71, if it's less than 71, what do we want to get? I want to get b2. Then the last one, which is a1, you say if, open bracket, close, if your cell referencing b2 is less than, this time around we are not using less than because that is the last one. You can just say if it's greater than 70 now, anybody that is greater than 70, it is a. If it is greater than 70, then what do we want to get? We want to get a1. So this is how we will write our formula. You can screenshot it. This is how we write it. You can screenshot it. If b2 is less than 40, comma, you give us f9. If b2 is greater than 46, you give us e8. If b2 is less than 51, you give us p. Like that, like that, like that, like that. I hope you are seeing the screen, so you can screenshot so that you can copy the formula in your note. So you now enter after you have written it. Okay, it's having issue here. We will not put comma. So you enter. So immediately you enter, it's giving us E8. And if you check 40 now, 40 is around E8. That is the power of using if statement. So for the others, I don't need to be writing this function always. So I will just come under the box that I create. I will just drag it down. That's the way we iterate. Then it will give us others grades. We have E8, C4, B3. Then if you check those things in the marking scheme, you know that it is corresponding. Let's check 60. You see 60 is C4. Let's check 71, 76. 76 is around A. 43 is around E. So this is how we work with if statements in creating grades in Excel. So my own assignment or my own classwork, you will help me to use if statement to determine the eligibility of a citizen in Nigeria. Use if statement to determine the eligibility of a citizen in Nigeria. So this question is critical but it's easy also. What you will do here is that you first look for the eligibility age of Nigeria, and the eligibility age of Nigeria is 18 years. So anybody that is 18 years can vote. Then you have your colon. How many colon am I expecting here? You create a colon for name, you create a colon for age, and create a colon for eligibility. So in the name, you can just provide like 9 names or 5 names. Then you give them random age. So it can be Ada age 10, Ojo age 15. Then after you have given them the random age, then you use your if statement in your eligibility column to calculate their eligibility status, whether they can vote or not. So this particular statement, I'm expecting you to write if the age of Ojo is less than the eligibility age of 14 in Nigeria, that is 18. If it's less than 18, then what do you want it to show? To show not eligible to vote. But if it is more than that 18, it will now display eligible to vote. I want to wish you all the best. So this is the 2 projects we are going to take under function, so that next class we can discuss another thing that is not function. I wish you all the best. If you want more videos like this, subscribe and turn on your notification.